So
tell us what it takes to win ADCC
man.
gold medal at the advanced division.
So I guess kind of match by match. Like I said, first one, kid was pretty tough. Like I said, I was pretty tight in that match.
Beautiful hair.
Yeah, great hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably he's ginger.
He was like 6'3" too.
Yeah.
He's tall as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had that Placido
yeah.
nose strip going too.
Kid had some heavy collar ties.
He could
too.
strap, yeah.
He was not afraid to throw it down. Well, he did full guard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe I took his back when points started. That's how I knew I was kind of tight, because I kind of was looking only to score, not to submit. Then I believe towards the end of the match, I got a takedown. So it was a 5-0. My second match is when I started to feel much better. I got a quick submission in that one. I actually sat guard. I went for a false reap. And then as he sprawled back, I hit an arm drag to the back to finish that.
Did you go, what's the choke below the chin?
It was an actual choke.
Oh, wow.
It's not a mandible strangle. No, that was an actual choke. He actually ate that one pretty good too.
It took a while.
Yeah. He did have a bloody nose, I think, afterwards. He wiped his nose.
It was on the net.
He was wiping his nose off. I didn't really analyze it, but he was wiping it. So I might have nose raked him to get the chin. Yeah. No, it's that squeeze, just bloody nose. Third match, I had a guy that wrestled at Virginia. I wrestled in college myself, but to be honest, I didn't even really want to mess with that. So I pulled guard against him as well. I hit a inversion, with a scoop, basically into a leg lock, probably in about 50 seconds. Finished out the outside heel hook, double outside ashi. And then my last match was a tough one. Guy trains at New Wave, probably 6'3", insanely flexible.
Yeah.
I think on his Instagram, he had a video literally throwing his leg over his head and triangling himself. So he was definitely tough. It went to overtime, went to decision.
Yeah.
Well,
we watched his match before we went into overtime.
Yeah.
And, you can tell he's very tactically smart.
Yeah, he's very smart, yeah.
And so what he did, you can't full guard.
Yeah.
So what he did was he shot the
shot
to ring this double.
Yeah.
I've never seen the line.
Yeah.
And Bane's the guy to go in a lock.
I think he sat.
And then he
sat and recovered.
And that was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
And he had some really slick, back steps in the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he got, the inside.
He got, yeah, so at the very end of the match, he actually he kept going shin on shin. And, most people, when you go shin on shin, you're elevating with that inside butterfly hook. This guy actually was one of the first people that he tried to take me kind of collapsing my knee outside so I would kind of fall. And then he backstepped or basically went punny hole on the opposite side. Because again, his legs were so long.
Yeah, we saw him do that against Simmons.
Yeah.
And that was, he hit it. Yeah. That's how he finished it. That was
Yeah, it was pretty slick. Like I said, so I felt like in that match, I definitely should have been more active trying to pass. Towards the end, I started to really pick up the pace with the passing pressure. I took him down technically in overtime, but he did scramble out. It kind of reminded me how hard it is to score in those rules.
Yeah.
So I basically took him down, got his back with only one hook. He recovered.
Yeah, he went for the shoe-lock stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
so basically a takedown to one hook, and I got no points. So it did end up 0-0. But yeah, like I said, it was a good match.
And then he pulled a Grizzly veteran move after the time he did it.
Gotta raise the hand.
He raised the hand.
Yeah.
Let's go. I was like,
yeah.
And I was, oh, that's a signal for me to, I was like, I had to really sell it to the other. So. Yeah, that was a grizzly veteran move to.
We were manifesting in real time.
That kid was on his knees still. He came out, peacock, puffed the chest,
Yeah.
raised the hand of victory.
Yeah.
Just put the finish of icing on the cake.
I feel like, so that's the only thing, is I would have liked to have had a better win with that match, but I've had wins even where it was kind of like, I was more questioning, like, hey, I definitely feel like that one, I felt like I should have won. Cause really aside from getting into one lace that I defended, he didn't really have a lot. But his guard retention was absolutely very good.
It was insane. Yeah. You got him into it goes, and he had that far knee stable.
Yeah.
And he was still able to weave that, like, leg buttons.
Well, to start the match, I think twice, I had both his legs over his head and had my knee stapling the near, so I had him stapled completely. We could typically start to either stack or chase the back. And I looked at him and he just did not even remotely, it looked like it was not phasing him in the least bit. Yeah. Which I've never had that. Yeah, especially at the heavier weight classes.
That was insane.
Yeah.
It was tons.
Yeah. Yeah. He was deceptively strong. I wouldn't say strong, but his grips and hooks were very sticky. Yeah. Yeah. He, I believe I looked, he's 19.
He's 19.
So, it's probably gonna be pretty tough.
He's probably gonna hit a weight training program.
Yeah, he could be a devastating ultra heavyweight.
Yeah.
Gain maybe 10, 15 pounds.
Even more if it's on the nutrition.
Yeah, it's, I definitely felt good. Being 33, I think I looked up. I think I went against everybody there was like a younger than 24. So, show them the old dog still got a little tricks.